I'm still here with my friend Gary.
Oh, hi. And
yeah, we were just watching this video. I just put it on. Just put the quality on to make sure if we do it right. Oh, right, that's okay. It's on the highest quality. Well, I was watching this video and I was a bit like gobsmacked because this person here is flying near India, and she's this is. I know we're going to see it a bit better in a minute, but that's Everest.
yeah, this woman, like, she must have a 900
I think it's a woman. I'm
or
not sure. Is that a man or a woman?
No, it's a woman. It's a woman, Vikka Draziv or something.
I don't know if that's. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, whichever one you are. Sorry if you're not. Oh.
Anyway,
hang on. Hang on. I've got to stop it.
Oh.
Fuck, wait a minute. Let me just take that off. Right, now start.
Now the thing is, this must be one of the current sort of like longest photographs we've got.
This is an amazing photography because basically it's showing that our world is not as big as we think it is.
So the thing is, we're like they're cruising at 38,000 feet on an A380 Airbus, and she can see the Himalayas from 1,876 miles away. So we're gonna do the curve calculator in a little while to see how far behind the curve it should be. I mean, even at that altitude, it should be sort of like well below the curve, obviously.
We want to do the height that they say she's at, but we
38,000
in miles and that. But I don't think that when you watch Enslaved by No Media, they're not as high as they say.
No, but
I did expect Everest to look a little bit bigger in the picture.
Even
up. I don't mean wide.
Nah, it's the perspective. You see, it's so far away from it.
So on the flight, she's showing you that she's looking at Everest and how far away she is. She's in, what is this sea here?
That's got to be the Indian Ocean, isn't it?
She's in the Indian Ocean and she can see Everest from there.
So basically, on a curve, if you see this little diagram she's got here, there's no way she should be able to see Everest, even at that height. It should be way below the curve. We haven't done the curve calculator yet. We're going to do that in a little while, but we found this very intriguing because we think it might be the current holder of the longest aerial photograph.
Well, she says longest line of sight on this
flat plane. Yeah. So the thing is,
and she's there and she's filming.
She must have had very favourable.
So she's going from there to there, or whoever they are, and then they're filming here, and that's 1,800 miles away.
She must have very favourable atmospherics. I mean, it might be one time out of flying in 100 where you'll get such favourable atmospherics and light refraction and whatever that don't seem to. It is a little bit cloudy, but it's definitely visible. There's no question. As you'll see in a little while. So it's a tremendous distance.
So she's saying that's 900, that's 1,100, and that's 1,200, and that's 1,400. Oh God! And that one there is 1,876.
And that's yeah. Now the thing is, she hasn't done the curve calculator for some reason. I don't know why, but we're going to do that afterwards. But it should definitely shouldn't be in view. On a globe, it can't be in view. It's impossible. It's definitely miles below the horizon line. But we're going to work that out in a little while. But it's definitely
amazing footage that she has they have captured it. But look how much land has been compressed. That's 1,000 miles in there.
Yeah.
Does that look like 1,000 miles to you?
No, it's over 1,000. Over 1,876 to the
other point.
To the other point, to the longest point. But the thing is, some of you are probably better at the curve calculator and can do it in your head. Unfortunately, I can't at my bloody age. But you can see from a distance they are the Himalayas, which Karen thinks they don't look very big. What you got to remember, you're 38,000 feet up supposedly.
Yeah, I know, but this thing is miles high.
Well, it's only six miles high.
I mean, obviously there's cloud, and you can see the mountains sticking out the top.
But you've got
cloud.
you've got your vanishing point, and you're like the railway lines. When you look down railway lines long enough, it comes to a point.
How could Tim Peake see what's going on in a boat?
Exactly. Well, Tim Peake, if you see my earlier video, he's saying he can see, like, I bet he rues the day he ever wrote that book for people like me demolishing it. He says he can see like oil tankers and even fishing boats, which is absolutely ludicrous.
You can see what they're doing.
Yeah, and that
you can see lights on
with his naked eye, by the way. now, anyone that thinks that when they see my podcast the other day, like maybe I've made some of that up. No, I've actually got Tim Peake's book, Ask an Astronaut. So
there you go. They're 1,450 miles away.
So
and she can still see them.
well, I'll tell you what. Here, Namamatsu, that's the longest one we're going to go for.
1,876.
That's the one we're going for. We're going for the longest distance, which is 1,876 at 38,000 feet flying. You know, whether they're flying at that altitude, we don't know. Everything's up in the air at the moment.
I took it a while ago, 2020.
Maybe this one has already been. Well, there's only 357 views. I'm surprised about that.
Yes, but they don't like anything to do with.
No. Well, the thing is, this is going to go viral. It's going to go on Facebook and everything, so people can look at sort of like this. And then we want any glober out there to sort of like tell us why we can see that far.
It's very weird that so much is compressed and that you're looking at that much distance and that's below you. If you went to walk it, it'd take you days to get there. This could be the one of the potential. Yes. Anyway.
Flat Earth evidence, yeah. But for some reason, she hasn't used the curve calculator, so we're going to have to sort of like do that afterwards. But you know, I know some of you out there, if you're a glober, you're going to turn around and say, "Oh yeah, gal, it's trick photography." She sort of like put some image on the windscreen or something. But no.
Hang on, I'm going to stop that. We'll go back to that, right? That is just anyway.
It's just incredible.
We're going to stop that, and we're going to go to the curve. Right. So
we're going to the curve calculator now.
1 second, everybody.
Can you?
Well, that was fun looking up apps and how to do it. There's so many questions they want to ask. It's a bit difficult, but what it is I've put the observation height in feet at 38,000 feet, which then they're saying the distance to the horizon would be 758, and we already know that she was 1,876 miles to that mountain. So the mountain would then be over the horizon. So the higher you go, the higher up the horizon becomes. Yep. But it's still twice the distance of that, so twice half of it would be over the horizon.
So we're definitely over the horizon, but we haven't quite worked out yet how far over the horizon it's meant to be.
Yeah, we'll come back in a second, but we'll just take that bit. Right, we realised why the lady or the person never put.
I'll tell you what.
It's so difficult.
I'll tell you why it's very difficult, right, to do the curve calculator. I know some of you have probably done it out there. I used to have an easy one, but these new ones are quite difficult because you have to say how far away the object is that you're looking at, how high you are in altitude in the plane, and then also allow for the size of the mountain in question. But we can definitely know it's if we're using like 3,000 kilometers.
Well, what we did was it's 1,876 miles, and into kilometers
equals 3,000.
It's 3,000 meters. 3,000. So
and
there it is.
The drop is 750
feet.
Seven
miles.
7 miles.
Meters.
750 miles.
No, kilometers.
750 kilometers. So the drop is 750 kilometers. So what you do then is deduct the size of Everest, which is like 6 miles. So
I'd have to do it on here. So.
Yeah. So if you deduct 6 miles from 750 kilometers, this way, folks, it's well below the curve of the Earth. There's no doubt about it. There's no way it should be seen. It's impossible. So basically, it's 7. Now, can we do that in miles? Can you convert 750 kilometers to?
Oh.
You can do it on your phone. What you want to do is deduct 750 kilometers to miles, and then
right. Let me just do it.
And then
here.
deduct another 6 miles for the size of Everest.
So where's kilometers? We've got miles, yards, inch.
Well, I mean, this isn't going to be exact, folks, but it's going to be enough to sort of like show you that there's no way on God's green earth that woman should be filming this from an aircraft. I can see why we've been working on this now for about 40 odd minutes, 50 minutes, like doing the Earth calculator, but it's not as easy as you imagine because you have to allow everything. They even ask you for refraction rate, for this, for that and the other, and it's like, if anyone ever done this over this, it's all right doing it over a short distance over a lake. When you're doing it this far, it's a lot of things you've got to put into consideration because the 8 inches per square mile isn't exact. It works well over short distances, but the longer you get, it don't work quite so well.
Right, here we
go. This is a rough estimate.
So how many was it? 750?
We want 750 turned into miles. 466 miles. Take off another 6 miles. You're talking about, doesn't matter, you can do it. Roughly 460 miles below the horizon line. So basically the drop, if you was to sort of like have a sort of like through the earth there, if you're talking at where it says naught, right, that's where you're situated. You're looking out. The drop from there to sort of like where the mountains are, the drop is roughly 460 miles. So that's it's well below the curvature, folks.
So there's a massive piece of land you shouldn't see.
So basically, you're looking.
Gary, you shouldn't see nearly all of it.
No. Well, listen, you can allow refraction, anything you want. It's taken us ages to get to this. Now, it's not exact. Before any of you are out there turn around and say, "Oh, Gal and Karen, that isn't exact." No, we're not mathematicians. If anyone out there wants to actually sort of like put in the chat room what it actually is, but you might turn around and say, Gal, you're miles out, but we work it out roughly. We've got to take off 6 miles with regard to sort of like the size of Everest. Let's just say Everest, right? If it's Everest, it still should be roughly 400.
Well, the
drop is 400.
Picked is past Everest.
Okay.
Everest's about 1,000 miles away. The other place is another.
So this isn't exact. What we're trying to sort of like state here, the fact that you're looking down 460 miles, and it's impossible. So you've got a 460 mile drop.
So the bit that gets me is that flight like to America.
We've actually done it. I think we've done it reasonably.
You have to go in this sort of tunnel thing over there, and you have to go to Canada so you can go down into America.
Yeah. So basically, you're looking.
And you've got to fly around for 6 hours to get there. Or is Amy not that far away from me, really?
We don't know, do we? But basically, they're trying to tell us on a globe, you're looking down 460 miles. If we've done it correctly, I'm sure you lot are going to pick us up on things, and any globers.
Well, it's there. Look, 30. It was 3.
It's roughly, yeah.
3 or whatever it is in 19.
Yeah.
750. So we're a tiny bit out because it's another 19.
Yeah, but I'm saying what we're trying to state is, folks, that whatever way you put it, say we're out 50 miles each way or whatever. What we're saying is the drop is so far that it's impossible to see over that curve. You cannot do, you can allow refraction, anything you want.
Show you what she showed. We're back on this picture, and you can see that there's still clouds beyond the mountains.
There's still cloud beyond the mountains there.
And it goes on.
But basically, you're seeing
unless they
the
totally
Himalayas.
lied to her and they told her that no, because she will see the sea and everything.
I mean, obviously she must have asked like the pilot. We have to sort of like say that what his figures are correct, but she's saying it's 1,876 miles away now.
I'll bring up the picture of that.
Now, basically,
so they're flying around the Indian Ocean, they've just gone past India, and so where's Everest?
Nepal, it has to be there somewhere. Everest, Mount Everest.
So that's 1,250, and she got up to here, which was 1,876. But even at 1,450, it'd still be below the curve.
See, we calculated even with a flying at sort of like 38,000 feet, if that was correct, because we know like a lot of these distances they give us now about what we fly at and whatever are probably not for real. But we're just doing a rough thing here, folks, and we're not mathematicians. We're trying to work it out, and we've. And
you could say, because it's on this bit here, and this bit does look a little bit higher and maybe a bit higher out of the sea, so you could say the mountain's sitting on there. Yeah.
So basically, it should have been out of view on a globe map. You should not be able to see the Himalayas from the distance she was flying from. It should be well below the curve, even allowing for the distance she was flying up, at the height she was flying up. We've allowed this. We've taken off the 6 miles. If Everest is 6 miles, I'm asked to dispute now. Some people say it's 6 miles. Some people say it's 9. All right, we'll take 9 off. We can take another 3 miles off. Listen, folks, it still should be obscure. It still should be obscure beyond the curve of the Earth.
So there you go. That's what 100%, she's seeing out of the plane.
100%.
That's what she's seeing out of the plane. Incredible. Anyway, that was the point of this video. Me and Gary finished. Eric, say goodbye before you go off to the loo.
Yeah. But bye, folks. And if we're wrong with our calculations, I'm sure you'll put it in the chat room. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see their video. Thanks a lot.